What is going, everybody? How you doing, Blake?
How you going, Brad?
I'm doing all right. Let's see. Last night I had a pretty eventful night. I was a designated driver, and we went out to a bar. And I mean, overall, it was all right.
You're at a bar.
I just couldn't. Well, for one, I realized like just how antisocial I guess I am
Bro, I'm the same way.
because all right, so I was in a booth,
Yeah.
all right, and everybody else was out like going around and everything, and I can't drink or anything because I'm a driver, so I just had to sit there and just watch people, and everybody's just like all doing their thing, drinking.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of drama here, a bunch of drama
It
there.
always is.
Two girls got into a fight.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the fight was like right beside me. Like I was like 3 feet from it.
You probably instigated it.
Well, no, I was just sitting there and I was just like, just watching, like not really doing anything, just watching everybody.
Yep.
And
Watching everybody act a fool.
well, there's a lot of imploded egos and everything, and
So, like, why do you feel like an outcast, like, when you go through those kind of things? Because I feel the same way.
well, I couldn't connect with anybody, so like, I even like shake my hand, introduce myself, and
Now, hold on. When you're out here, bro, you be talking to people in the store and, like, you be connecting with them. Why can't you connect with those people at that moment?
I think it's just because everybody's drunk, and I didn't know how to like insert myself into their social whatever, and so I really like I was acting like myself, but like if people were looking at me, they'd probably think I was a dick
Yeah.
because I was just like
Probably mean mug. Like,
well, no, I wasn't mean mugging people, but like
yeah, I bet you wasn't like,
well, no, I wasn't that, but I was like just like when I was playing pool, I was just like just try to play pool, enjoy it. And then you just got all these people running around you, bumping into you and everything. And like, yeah, I was like, excuse me, and like using my manners and everything. But I just couldn't click in. And it just felt weird. And then especially when I was just sitting down and just watching everybody, it just like
it makes me hate it more when I do that.
kinda, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was just sitting there and I was just like, huh. Just like looking, watching how everybody acts. And then like it just felt I can't really put it into like words, but it just felt like I didn't belong.
Yeah, yeah. Right, I feel the same way. I think one time I went to a bar and like me and Amber danced all night. Well, me and my ex. But
Yeah.
every other time, like I'm just constantly outside, going outside to smoke, like in the mail.
And see, I wanted to like open up and dance, but there was just something in me that like I couldn't overcome. Because Carmen wanted me to get up and dance. 'Cause
Yeah.
she danced a little bit before she got sick. And there was just something there. Like I just couldn't force myself into it.
Like, is it like because you know that you're not gonna be having real fun? Like, or is it like a? Because for me, like, if I'm not drinking and stuff, and I go out there before, it's almost like tell myself like I should be able to do this without being drunk or high or like I'm here to have a good time. I'd be so uptight, but
Yeah.
I can't shake that feeling.
I couldn't shake the uptightness.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
So if I was maybe drinking, I think I would have had a better time.
Yeah,
But like I said, I had to be the driver, and so I just couldn't drink. Like I thought about even just drinking one beer, but then I was like, but no, I was like, I don't even want to chance it.
you done it right, bro. Because when I would go party, like I would be the DD, the
Yeah.
drunk driver, but I would drink like the first half of the party, then sober up.
Yeah.
Which everyone's like I drive fine when I'm drunk, but everyone vouches for me that I actually do drive the same, whether
Yeah.
I'm fucked up or sober. Like
Oh, wait a
that was our move.
minute. It burns.
I
But,
wouldn't know.
Oh, you so. But yeah. So I just couldn't. I couldn't really connect to anybody other than like the people I was with.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
I played cornhole. That was probably the funnest that I had.
Is that when it burned?
No.
I'm fucking with you, right?
But well, we went outside and it was freezing, and we was playing a game of cornhole, and then these two guys came up and asked if they could play with us, and like we said like we don't play this all the time. We're not that good.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh well, whatever. And the one guy, he was pretty good. Like, but I think the problem with him is he was drunk.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. So he would make like 2 holes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I would make 2 holes, and then I would put 1 on the board. So that would give me 1 point.
Yeah. Like
and
a lot of work for like nothing.
Yeah, and I kept doing that, and that's how we won.
Like 1 point.
We just kept pointing them.
Y'all were about the same skill level, like.
Yeah, I would say we were about the same skill level with him being drunk. If he wasn't drunk, he would.
We've played in the past, right?
Yeah.
And I beat you, right?
No.
Yeah, it was at the cookout.
No, that's
twice. Yeah, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I think he was drunk. But yeah, so that's how last night went. I think I upgraded my patience level.
Why?
Well, I mean, I was there for
okay. That's
5.5 hours, and half of that I was just sitting there watching people.
Yeah.
So I was like the creep in the corner, just, and I was like kind of vibing to the music and everything. But I just like I said, there was just something there that I just couldn't get over. Like I couldn't break out of my comfort zone.
Now, when I've had nights like that on the way home, the people that's drunk, but I'm in my head the whole way home and like thinking about like all of it, the whole scene, like people acting different when they get drunk and like.
Yeah. Well, and see, the thing I kept telling myself when we was there is like, I don't know any of these people. Like, I'm probably never gonna meet any of these people again. So, like, why not go and like try to dance and everything? But then when I would like get ready to go do it, it was just like something just like, no, don't do that. Like, whatever that is, like I couldn't get past it. So I was just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna sit here until everybody's ready to go, and then we'll leave.
Like I'm back and forth. Like I feel like that. Then I'm also like, why would I try to connect with these people that I don't know, or like make a fake connection? Like, because I know they're drunk and like I don't know. I like real genuine.
And I don't know if it was just like me being sober, or like maybe it's just my type of personality or whatever. But everybody was dumb. Like I couldn't. Like they were just. It was like I was there with like a bunch of high schoolers or something. Like I couldn't. Like I just couldn't fit in. I couldn't like
they're all virgins and they're all trying to prove that they're the manliest, the toughest.
Well, not that.
The
it's
funniest and like.
It's just like all the. Just the drama and like everything that was going on, and then you had like these guys that were throwing off like something that they're not or whatever, and I don't know. I just couldn't.
I can't stand.
I couldn't get into it. But like I said, maybe if I was drunk. Oh wait a minute, I forgot to do something. I gotta turn this fan off because everybody's gonna be hearing the fan.
Okay.
Comment.
So y'all heard it here first, folks. We have fans. We actually have real fans.
They're out there.
In the background.
All right, my bad. So for anybody listening, oh wait a minute, damn it, I forgot to go TikTok live too.
Damn, Brad.
I know.
I get you all distracted. I get him all flustered.
All right. Well, for one, this is like the first time I've seen you in what?
He's lying.
When was the last time?
We see each other all the time. He just don't want his old lady to know.
That's not true at all. All right.
No, it's been like last time I saw it was that cookout. Y'all had down there at the.
Was it that cookout?
Yeah, remember it started raining real bad.
Let me see. Try to move some stuff, get it right.
Please, people, get him to shave that fucking beard.
Actually, I think I am gonna shave it eventually.
You look like Mountain Man when I pulled up in here.
Well, I keep it trimmed down. I don't know. I'm scared to shave it though. That's honestly the problem. Like I don't remember how I look without my beard, and it's kind of become like my image or personality now. So now I'm scared if I shave it, I'm not gonna like it, and then I'm just gonna be stuck clean faced until it grows back. Yeah. So that's the main reason why I keep it. But I do what I want to do is I want to shave it all, and then just see like the reactions of like my family and everything. Because like this has been me for what 4 years now. Yeah, so I've had a beard for going on 3 or 4 years.
How about you shave it all off?
And it was I had it like down to here. Like I had it long as shit at one time. And then it got way too itchy. Like I felt like I don't know if like with the beard getting that long, if I developed some type of beard crabs or
well, it gets like dry.
Well, I just couldn't handle it. Like for this, my beard, like nothing in here is itchy.
Yeah.
But if it gets longer, oh my God. Like I thought I had like lice or something.
Oh, so, it's so weird that you said that. Past 2 nights I've been like laying in bed and like also my fucking sides are itching, like my head, and I just got my haircut the other day. Like, and when I was going, I was like, man, I just want to be like, you got lice.
Well, so with my oldest being in school,
yeah,
we had to contact the school because she got lice like 4 or 5 times. And each time we got to go to Walmart, spend like $80.
And you got to wash all the clothes and shit.
You got to wash all the clothes. And the worst thing is at the time she had longer hair.
Yeah.
And it, thankfully for Carmen, we had to spend like 4 or 5 hours going through her hair with that comb thing. And
you got to get everyone.
Yeah. Because if you don't get every one, they're going to come back.
Now, let me ask you something. Are they bugs?
Yeah, they're bugs.
All right, so like if you was to lay in the bath and just like put your head in the water.
No, it would not kill them.
No, why?
Well, for one.
What about hearing that, bro?
All right, say it now.
Hey.
All right, say it now.
Hey.
I don't know what that is. All right, anyway, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Just talk like this. But the reason why it doesn't suffocate them when you put your head underwater is, for one, I believe they can hold their breath or go without oxygen for like, I think like an hour or so.
Should we I kind of want to Google it.
Google it.
Okay.
Google.
I'm gonna just Google. Can you drown lice?
Can you drown lice? God, now you're making me itch.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that. Yes, it is possible to drown lice under certain conditions. Hold on.
It's probably got to be like a slime or something that suffocates out all the oxygen.
8 hours.
8 hours? All right.
Yeah.
So it takes 8 hours to drown lice. So I don't know anybody's going to sit in a pool or a bath for 8 hours.
Yeah, me either.
It'd be faster to just take the little comb and get it out.
I remember doing that shit when we was younger and just aggravating.
Luckily, when I was younger growing up, I only got lice twice. Once in 3rd grade, and I think the other in 5th. Now, my sisters, it was a damn near once a year thing.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like, we even at times started using mayonnaise, and then
like putting it in your hair.
Yeah, because mayonnaise will suffocate them.
No shit.
Yeah, and then there was one time my grandma on my dad's side made this. I don't even know what it was mixed with, but it had gas in it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it was mixed with something, some liquid and gas. And then they put it in their hair. And then luckily at the time, like I kept my head shaved and everything, which I gotta cut my hair again soon. But yeah, so
I don't mean to change the subject. If you shave all that, I'll shave this and this. Like bald. Because
Why?
it's been like a bucket list thing for me. But it feels so good. Like,
I mean, it does feel good to have your head shaved, but why? Why would you want me to shave?
well, like, just because, you know, you're my buddy and I want to see you do something goofy. But yeah, like,
I'll probably do that in the summer. Sometime in the summer is when
what's coming around?
I'll probably whole clean shave.
She's coming around.
But yeah. So let's see. What was we talking about? We kind of been jumping around.
Oh, man. Yeah, like ice.
Yeah. Well, you want to get into it? How have you been?
Yeah, like, finally sober.
Finally sober.
Suboxone and meth.
So
and,
no Suboxone, nothing from clinics or
man,
anything.
no. 22 days. Let me tell you, man.
Would you like
It
to
was
talk about
hell.
like how you felt and everything?
Man, I kept doing drugs forever, you know, because
Yeah.
like I didn't want to go through that withdrawal of Suboxone. Like, dude, I didn't sleep for literally like 9 days.
That's insane.
Just could not rest, dude. Like rocking back and forth. Like
Did you have like muscle spasms? And
just
stuff?
imagine like laying on the ground, like exorcism, like yeah, like that.
Really?
Yes, like everything hurts. Like can't even have a comforting thought for 9 days.
Yeah, that would.
It wasn't
That
like
would suck.
no moment of like nothing. Just yeah. Had to
Did you
go
have
through
like the sweats and hot flashes and all that?
yeah, like in and out the bathtub. Like everywhere.
Was you running a fever?
No. But my
Damn.
stomach was fucked up.
For how long?
Like 17 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what really made you push to get off Suboxone? Because like a lot of people, you know, I don't have any experience in the whole thing or whatever.
Thank God.
But I do know a lot of people, and a lot of people when they come off of pills or meth or heroin or whatever else is out there, like I said, I don't have a lot of history with it.
Yeah.
They go on Suboxone, and that's usually where people stay at. They usually never get off Suboxone. So, what made you?
I'm not a quitter. That's a quitter.
You think that is?
That's quitting. I can at least say from my perspective, like the times, like when I went to rehab and got out and then chose to like stay on Suboxone, like it's weak. Like what goes up must come down. So if you get
Man.
high, you have to come down eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like
The Suboxone.
and bro, just that misery that was floating over me all the time. Like too much pressure from the moment I woke up. Like
Now, what do you mean by misery? Like
I'm only getting up
like
and,
stresses of your life?
like I feel like I'm trapped and I feel like because when you start doing drugs, you're like, oh man, I love this. Like this is the one thing I get to do for the rest of my life and enjoy. Cool.
Okay.
You know, and then all of a sudden it's a problem. It's like eating and drinking and brushing your teeth. Like it just becomes a normal everyday thing.
So you just normalize it.
Yeah, like because you've been putting in your body for so long that you need it.
Yeah.
It becomes like eating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like anything.
Like protein
if you keep doing something, it becomes a habit.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I live with my ex, and we been broke up for like a year, and she still let me live there. And I lost my job, and man, she deserves to live her life, and I'm tired of holding her up.
Okay. I mean, that's a huge thing, actually. A lot of people, when they break up or whatever, they have a lot of resentment towards their ex-partner or whatever, and they feel like that person almost belongs to them. And
That's childish.
yeah, I mean, it is. So, I mean, that right there shows, like, you know, you've grown just by saying that, like, you know.
Thank you, bro. You know, it's a step. But yeah, I'm realized like I've been feeling like I'm letting myself down and letting her down.
Yeah.
You know, she waited around on me when I was fucking around on drugs, like, and I still didn't do right by her and quit completely. And yeah, man, she deserves. Yeah, man, she went to work every day for fucking ever since she's been 18. You know, and I've slacked and I've lost jobs and been off for a couple months and Yeah, man, she deserves better. You know.
Well, I mean that's a good thing to realize. That's
I knew that like for years now. Just I thought I would do better. Like I thought I
yeah.
would be like, I want to be with her, so I'm gonna do it. Like I had to do it for myself.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean that's good though. That's
About fucking time, bro. I'm 30.
y'all have
I'm sorry as hell.
Don't I just turned 31, so which is so weird when I say it because like I still have the mindset of like me being like I don't know. I feel like I have like the mindset of like me being like in my 20s.
I mean, that's okay, bro. Like, but my 20s were hell. I mean, I done it to myself, but
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be past that, bro. I can miserable.
Well, now that you've
It's
kicked pretty much everything.
fucking champ, baby.
Yeah, it's only good from here.
Done it in and around the stuff still. You know, I was 9 days in, and my mom. I stopped by my mom's, and better watch what I say. But
Yeah.
she was hurting. You know, that's who I would get my Suboxones from, and I went to CVS and got it for her, and it didn't even bother me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like
you didn't have the urge to want to do
just
it.
past it. You know, like just done.
I mean, that's a big thing on its own.
Yeah, bro. You know, before like you used to walk the Greenway with me, and I'd be like, bro, it's just so hard because my family, I'm around it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really want to quite quit yet.
Yeah, you wasn't there for it. Somebody said there he is. Yeah, we've honestly actually had a lot of people ask where you were.
Man,
I was the only thing I said because like, you know, I'm not gonna bring up your situations or anything like that.
But you know, I don't care.
Well, the only thing I said is like, you know, you're dealing with life problems, and that was it. I would just keep it at that. So, because I mean, that's not for me to speak on. So I just kept it at that. And
like doing some boxing every day made me tired.
Made you tired?
Yeah. So like then I would end up
doing the other stuff.
Meth. I was just
to give you energy.
Yeah, and then like do more Suboxone at night. Try to get a bed, kind of shit. Like.
So you would take it to go to sleep, pretty much.
But it also would. It's both.
Yeah.
It would pick me up sometimes. Like just it
all depends.
It's a game, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid.
So sometimes it would make you tired. Sometimes it would make you hyper. Left me guessing. So sober now? Yes, Jolene.
Yep.
How many days?
22.
22 and counting.
Yep.
Thank you for watching and reaching out.
Yeah, for real. Thank you. And being concerned.
Yeah, and just thank you for being a good person. So, 22 days off Suboxone.
Yeah. I lost my job in December.
Well, there's always other jobs, but
bro, you know how many jobs I've had?
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, I've kept up.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just want to find where I belong, kind of thing. Like,
you want to find a job that's not.
I just don't mind going to. And
yeah.
Enough to like pay the bills and maybe buy a few things I want because I fucking hate money, bro. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, money is the
nobody loves me right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people do, but when I get out here and I find the job I'm supposed to be at and I'm making money, then that's when people want to come around.
Well, yeah, that's
well, that's why I hate money because it's hard to decipher. Like, I just look and see what people do for me through money.
Yeah.
Take away like the money aspect of it, like.
Well, I just watch people's actions. So, like, hypothetically, if I'm not doing something for somebody and I'm like your only viewer on TikTok in here. Thank you.
But definitely appreciate it.
But no, so for me to, you know, see on people's character and whatnot, I just watch their actions, and if in some, circumstances or whatever, that whatever I need doesn't benefit somebody and they're still there for me, then that's a person that, is a good friend to have.
Yeah.
But if like you have a friend and, you need something, but that person can't reach out, or he's always making excuses or this or that, and I get it, like everybody's got their own life, everybody has their own problems, I get that.
You're the most understanding friend, brother.
Well, yeah, I tried to be, and so I try to put like all that into how I make my decisions and whatnot, but it is hard to separate people from money. Luckily, I'm poor enough to not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So I don't have money like other people. So I don't have to really worry about, people only being my friend for what I have.
Bro, you came a long way since high school.
You think so?
Bro, in high school, like, if someone asked me in 10th grade, like,
for me, I feel like when I was going through high school, I wasted it all. And that's the main thing I regret, like going through high school and whatever. Because now, I'm 31, I have a family, I have responsibilities, kids. So all of them rely on me. So I can't just like, fuck around and, do whatever I want and do this or do that. Like, I have to be respectful for my woman and my kids. So I have to, in a way, I have to walk like a fine line, like,
Yeah, but like, bro, if someone asked me in 10th grade what I thought you would have been, and you was my best friend,
drug addict.
No. Like, I didn't picture you doing drugs. I just pictured you just like not caring enough to just go get a job. Like I got that job at Masonite for one day.
It was 4.
Oh, it was 4.
Yes.
Well, like, I was just worried that like.
Well, that was like, I will admit. So that
one day, bro, you woke up and you was just like, I'm ready.
Well, at the time, I was also trying to take care of like my mom and sisters and everything too.
Yeah.
So, and that's when like it really clicked in, and then my mom had her hip surgery, couldn't work, and
instead
then
of working at the strip club, like
yeah,
y'all had y'all stand in it somewhere.
Yeah, my aunt and all that. And
you seen all them women was like, I need money.
But no. What? Even at the strip club when I worked there, the few times I did, I couldn't fit into that either.
Yeah.
Because like I will say, the first couple times it was a blast.
Hell yeah.
It was every man's dream at 18 is to go to a strip club, see naked girls, and all that. But after doing that a couple times, like that got old.
I guarantee.
And all the drama that was involved, like you wouldn't believe the drama. Like
I imagine
like if you go talk
river, but like 10 times worse.
Sort of, but like if you talk to this girl's gonna get pissed off at you, and that girl's gonna get mad at you because you talked to this. It was insane.
Oh my god!
Like it was.
They all work together.
Yeah, and they all the time fought. It was even the girls that were friends the next night were mad at each other and backstage. It was insane. And all of them, 100% on every type of drug. I can't tell you how many drugs I've seen. I didn't even know what I was looking at.
See, I don't think a girl on drugs looks good.
I don't think it's a good thing to what's the word I'm looking for? It depends on your situation. Like for me, I'm looking for, I found somebody. So like, I'm not looking, but it all depends on like also your personality. Cause everybody has a different personality.
Yeah.
So, if this person likes going out and drinking every night and going to the club and
Like I never
Yeah.
dated girls that was on drugs, even though I was on drugs. Like, or like I didn't even want to. I fucked around with one that was doing drugs, and that was it. Like just, I knew I'm a relationship guy, so for me to fuck a girl like when I'm on drugs and she's on drugs, and I know nothing good's gonna come out of it besides that
Bad action. Or
bad
whatever.
action. Yeah.
Yeah. I luckily don't have to deal with any of that, so I count myself pretty lucky. Um, yeah, I don't really know where to go on with that. I was trying to think of something.
Something else.
Yeah, but yeah, just I'm glad you're 22 days sober of Suboxone.
Me
and,
too. It was rough.
You know, what's your next plan or goal? Like,
So I'm looking for like a job, and but I kind of have a job, selling solar panels.
Yeah.
But
now,
I don't have enough structure in my life to wake up every day.
Is that something you enjoy though? Because like you said, you're looking for something.
I don't enjoy doing anything quite yet. Still, like I enjoy this, but like.
Well, not only that, but I think it takes like 2 weeks or something like that for all the chemicals you ingest.
Bro, it took me this long to even feel like these are genuine smiles you be seeing today.
Yeah.
About 3-4 days ago, they were like, it does take a minute.
I mean, I was actually surprised you showed up today.
Why?
Honestly, because I mean, like I text you a lot, and then if I can't get a hold of you, I reach out to Amber, and ask how you're doing and everything, and she'll usually have a better grasp of.
Well, back then, like
how you're doing.
Sometimes, like stay in bed all day, but it ain't like that anymore. Like I wake up every day now, and I don't stay up all night, and
I still stay up at night.
I mean, I do a little, but not 2-3 nights sometimes.
Yeah, that I can't do all that. Like for me, for some reason, I still have it into me that I want my solo time.
Yeah.
Because I have kids and family and everything. So at night when everybody goes to bed, I'll usually stay up for a couple hours just to, either play a game or here recently I've been trying to do some physics classes.
Yeah.
And you talking about like realizing how dumb, like I used to think I was smart. Yeah. Until I started, forcing myself to do some of these things. And I'm incredibly dumb. Like I would say like I'm average for most things.
Yeah.
But then when you actually put the knowledge to work and everything, I'm stupid. Like I've come to the conclusion to that. So now what I want to do, because I'm trying to find my way in life, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to force my way into something that I enjoy. And I always enjoy like reading about physics and quantum theory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
But I always enjoyed reading that. So I was like, you know what? I need to get the basics of physics and work from there and go up. Somebody said, talk about Fort Knox. Have you considered going into dental assisting?
Slightly. It has crossed my mind.
Being a dental assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that. But the Fort Knox situation, I don't really know much about the Fort Knox.
Yeah, well, I don't even know nothing about it.
Well, Fort Knox is America's gold bank. So all of our gold and everything that we have is apparently stored there. But the conspiracy of that is it's empty. Like over the last whatever years, government officials and the government and all that has been like slowly siphoning off all the gold.
Yeah, but then that means the value of our dollar will go down.
No, because we stopped using the gold standard in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Actually right now the American dollar has no standard to hold back. The only thing that's keeping the dollar up right now is Trump with his tariffs. That's the only thing that's keeping our country like pretty much going.
Right. Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad. And for one, like I don't really consider myself political or anything. Like
Me either.
I look at both sides. There's some programs the Democrats have that are okay. Now I will say, my opinion is about 75% of them are fraud and used to embezzle money.
Yeah.
And the one way we can see that is the program that Trump canceled, which is USAID.
Yeah.
And so basically, it's a dual program. And what people were mad about is the one side, we were giving money to countries to help them with, food, this and that.
Yeah.
But we were also buying judges. We was buying, political people in other countries. We was funding news agencies in our country.
Yeah.
And in other countries as well. And if you have the power of the news, now luckily the news in our country has nowhere near the power they used to have.
Right.
Like I don't even watch them.
Thank God for social media.
Every now and then I'll see a clip of theirs, but for the most part, I try to get all my news from independent people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, I would say 80% of my news comes from TikTok. And I just, every now and then I'll scroll and I'll find something and I'll save it and, whatever. But, so yeah, people were mad that they shut down USAID, but USAID was not only a program to help other countries all around the world.
Yeah.
It was also a program to control other countries and to do regime changes in the Middle East.
That is some corrupt shit.
I mean, it's smart because no other country, 20 years ago would be like, oh, well, for example, Russia or China or whatever, like, oh, they're just helping people, this and that. But, they were slowly buying up buildings and turning these buildings into intelligence briefings and gather intelligence on the infrastructures and stuff of other countries and whatnot. And it became a CIA asset pretty much.
When we first started learning about history when we was little, they would say like traded raw materials and traded food. And who was the first person to like find gold and be like, this is worth something? Like,
gold,
trading a rock for food.
So minerals and gold have always been like a pinnacle of value for humans for some reason, which is kind of weird because gold essentially has no important value for anything we use other than our electronics. We use some gold pieces in it, but the majority of gold is used for trading. Like it's just something that, we have some gold here, you got food here, we'll give you gold for food. Like that's
if the dollar was to not matter anymore right this second, no one's gonna do that. And that's
no.
You feel me? Like,
and for one, I mean, we don't have enough gold to give out to the whole world to be able to trade with. That's one reason why we went to a dollar currency based, currency. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know.
It's hard to imagine, ain't it? Like
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty hard to imagine. But yeah, so that's basically what people are mad about.
I guess because gold is like rare on Earth. Do you know what's the rarest? I heard this somewhere. It might not be true. The rarest item in the universe is like You know,
The rarest is antimatter, and we can produce it, but it takes a lot of money and a lot of resources and time to produce it.
not like actual objects we could touch.
Okay.
Same thing that's on the Earth, but
some type of metal.
When I heard it, I was like, dude, I bet you that is wood.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was like, dude, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah, because well, right now we don't know if there's any woods in other planets, and we can't get to any other planets. Elon Musk and Donald Trump said they're going to do a live stream going to Fort Knox to show us if the gold is still there. I believe there is some gold there, but it's not what people say it is. And
there ain't a whole bunch of it. I know I've seen like a video where they like portioned that, like showing how much.
Yeah. Well, the thing is the thing about gold is, there's only so much. So to try to value it more and more and more, I mean, it's gonna increase the people that don't have it.
Yeah.
So therefore, there's gonna be more and more poor, if you want to say.
Yeah.
And all the people that have the gold, they have the gold, so they have the means to get more of the gold. The people that are poor, have to get lucky and go dig or something like that.
The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, kind of thing.
Well, that is true. I mean, and that's how it's going to be until.
What are they going to do when it's just straight? You have stuff or you don't have stuff. Then that's just not going to matter.
Well, have you ever read about the? God, what was that? It was something to do. I could be butchering it because I'm only like remembering bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either something to do with NATO or some other world agency, but like they said, you will have nothing and be happy. You'll own nothing.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, dude, I heard that saying like the New World Order type thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. We talked about that on the podcast.
Did we? I can't remember.
Hold on. They said something like when the New World Order comes, you'll
own nothing.
You'll own nothing and you'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
Pretty much it'll get so bad that when they do like a reset, we'll start off with nothing and it'll be more than what we had before. That's the way I pictured it. Like everyone will be happy to start off with nothing. That's how bad it could get.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'll have to Google it and reread all that crap.
Yeah.
But I think that's just something that somebody was just trying to implement, and luckily it didn't catch on. And I think, in a weird way, if you want to get political, I think that's what the Democrats were aiming for.
Yeah.
Because, all right, we'll go down this little rabbit hole.
Hell yeah.
And I hate doing this, but if I have a thought, I have to say something. World Health Organization. That's who said that. Thank you. So, in a sense, if you look at what the Democrats did the last 4 years, which the main thing I'm excited about for the person that joined Trump's administration is Patel, Kash Patel. Do you know who that is?
No.
That's the head of the FBI right now. That dude's like a pit bull. Okay, but
yeah,
he doesn't like do his professional life off of his like bias or whatever.
Okay.
So his line is the Constitution of the United States.
Yeah.
If you break a law, he's coming for you. If it's against the Constitution, doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, like whatever. If you break the law, he's gonna come at you. He's gonna do whatever he can to charge you with whatever law you broke, whatever. Like that's his like foundation.
Okay.
And I think, being an American, that's what all political people and politicians and everything should have a foundation of that. You know, because if you're going to be, if you're all right, so you got the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the foundation of America. You know, you can say what you want, this and that, whatever. That's the founding of our nation.
Yeah.
And so, if you're going to be a public servant, a congressperson, a president, you know, whatever, your values or morals or whatever, no matter which way you sway or think, should not override or
any of those rules.
Yeah. And I think if they do, you should be prosecuted. You should be impeached, kicked out of Congress, whatever. And, you know, we have laws, and no matter if, you know, you're the president of the United States or you're just somebody on the street around here, you know, laws is what keeps everything in order. And no matter how you, no matter what you think of them, the laws keep America America. And if you look at another country, like North Korea, they don't have the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, bro.
They just have one guy
People be scared over that,
who says whatever he wants, does whatever he wants, kill whoever he wants, and that's it. That's how those people live.
All those people.
But anyway, to get out of all this, and Soros was the one who said, "Oh yeah, Soros." So that's the Democrat. He's like one of the main Democrat people, and he funds all kinds of programs. I mean, if you Google Soros and look at all the crap he funds, he should be in prison. Because like he's one of the. All right, so what's your opinion of Bill Gates? Do you have a good opinion of him or a bad opinion?
Besides like the things he's like Xbox and like, you know.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
I'm talking about
person?
I'm talking about the active things he funds and tries to implement into our government.
I don't know.
And
exactly
the governments around the world.
I don't know what these things are, like that he's funding, but I'm telling you, bro, I get a bad feeling. Like,
all right, well, just my opinion, and I'm just saying like my opinion, and I've looked into the stuff that he funds and his way of thinking, and it's not like I don't know how to.
It's almost like having as much money as you could ever have, and
he's delusional.
Yeah.
He's pure delusional. He thinks the world works how he wants it to work.
Yeah,
not how it actually functions. And
because he's had enough money to make himself think that way. Like,
yeah, basically.
Like, so, I imagine it, I can do it.
And what he's doing with his money is he's buying up a bunch of crap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. He was on the list.
Well, he's buying like all these farmlands that actively making the farmers go bankrupt. So how he's doing that is in these counties and areas that have all these farmlands.
Yeah,
he's hypothetically buying people that work for those counties or whatever, and they're all of a sudden like upcharging for all these property taxes and everything. And the farmers, being a farmer, I will say 100% is extremely hard.
Oh yeah, bro.
And that's only because I have a little bit of knowledge of farming, because when I grew up, my granddad had a farm, and I had to wake up at 5 a.m., go feed the pigs, go feed the cows, go feed the chickens, go feed the goats, and then I had to walk about a half mile up the road to go feed the other cows, and then I had to walk all the way back, take a shower, get dressed, go to school.
Like down there at my dad's, we had like a little farm. Like it wasn't even like we butchered a pig or two every year, and like had a few cows. It was just more like how would I would it like a hobby for my
Yeah.
granddad and my dad and stuff, and just a little garden. But yeah, dude, that stuff was like all day work. You know, like
Well, and then
always something to do.
that's just like a part of it. So then you got to take into account of if your livestock gets sick, like you got to start, giving them medicine. The medicine's expensive.
And separating the babies and the mother sometimes.
Yeah, if some of them are like the cattle for a farmer is money. So if something gets sick and dies, he's losing
straight loss right there.
Yeah, he's losing the money. He's losing the money that he bought to feed the cows. He's losing, like, it's just an overall loss.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even take into account the farmers that sow crops. And you gotta think, like, if you're sowing crops, you have to buy the seeds and everything for that year. You can't hang on to seeds anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's a corporation that genetically modified pretty much all of our crops.
So
they only last one season. They cannot reproduce. And
that shit is that's the kind of shit that'll make the world go under right there.
Well, I mean, if we ever did have like an apocalypse or whatever, like that kills 99% of people.
Yeah, right.
Because you have crops that you can't replant. You have
all for money.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I hate it.
Yeah, so we went down that little rabbit hole. We're gonna come out of it because it's gonna keep going.
Okay, yeah, keep on going. Endless pit.
But anyway, I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you, bro.
On a positive note,
it's about fucking time. For real, that's the way I feel.
Well, I mean, everybody has their time. So if it takes 2 months, if it takes 3 years, like the time that I do things is different from the times other people do things.
Yeah, well, I mean, like my age and stuff, like
Yeah, but even that is like.
Is that fire pit? Is that thing on? It's cold in here.
I'd have to put more wood into it. But yeah. So like the whole time thing, I mean, I wouldn't worry about that. Like, try to keep yourself in a positive mindset. Do what makes you happy, and just try to live life happy. That's my main thing. And then, no matter what, you are going to have hard, troubling days.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everybody does. I mean, your car could break down. All kinds of stuff could happen. That's the thing. So no matter what I'm going through, even if it's bad, I try to look at whatever it is in some type of positive way.
Yeah.
And like, for an example, last year when I had that electrical issue and half my house didn't have electricity, I was freaking out. I didn't have $15,000-$20,000 to pay an electrician to come in and rewire my house. So I did the next best thing. Watched a crap ton of YouTube videos, and I took that time to actively learn as much as I could about electricity and how to be an electrician. And then I got somebody who is an actual electrician.
Yeah.
And they walked me through all the steps, and I was able to fix my electricity problem. Not as fast as like an actual electrician could fix it, because I called for estimates and they said, it would take anywhere from 7 to 10 days. It took me 3 months, but I saved. It probably cost me about $1,500 for everything I had to pay for.
You probably saved $9,500.
No, because
you said $15,000, right?
Yeah. The lowest I could find an electrician to come and rewire my whole house was $15,000.
Yeah.
So I saved a crap ton of money. Learned new skills.
That's what I was about to say, bro. If you had the money to pay for it, like, you wouldn't learn patience. You wouldn't learn that new. Like, you wouldn't know. You would have lost out on all kinds of shit.
Yeah. So when I was going through that, I was just like, you know what? Even though this has a somewhat negative impact, luckily I still had electricity in the bedrooms, the kitchen. The only thing we didn't have electricity in was the living room, the dining room, the back porch, and the upstairs lights. So, I had to run like an extension cord and this and that. And,
Yeah.
temporarily. But just tried to keep in a positive mood. And believe me, there was times where I woke up and I was just pissed and
guarantee it.
Like, I just
I got a little overwhelmed. Like,
yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
But then, after a while, I was like, all right, like, I need to get on this. Let me watch some more YouTube videos. Let me figure this out. And then I would go and try to figure it out. So, and then it paid off because, my house is wired up. I know how to do it myself. I did my garage lights, even though, they look kind of shabby right now, but
it's actually not horrible, bro.
Well, once I put a ceiling on the garage and everything, it'll be a lot better. And I plan on trying to do that this summer.
That actually don't look bad, bro.
But yeah, so there was only one light in this garage. And I went ahead, and since I had the knowledge to, do more lights and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that's what I did.
Good job, bro.
So, you just got to stay in a positive mindset. And, if there is a time or day or whatever that you can't seem to get into a positive mindset, all you got to do is just call me. And
I realize when I'm like that, I'm really just pouting.
Yeah.
Only subconsciously like, oh man, I gotta actually deal with life now. I can't just go get high and like.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like, it's pitiful.
Yeah, but the good thing is you're aware of it, and
I was aware of it the whole time. Like I was on drugs. That's a bad thing.
What do you think made you stay stuck, hypothetically?
Just didn't want to grow up. Didn't want to face problems head on. Thinking that was the only definition of fun because that's all I knew.
Okay.
Like all pitiful, sorry shit. Like kind of selfish, you know what I'm saying? Only really just worried about myself, But then the second I started thinking about like, damn, I actually want a family and stuff, and then
you got to have the foundation and everything.
For a while, I just felt like I didn't have a why,
And, well, the thing is there's millions of people that feel like that. You're not alone in that feeling. Even though when everybody goes through those type of feelings, they always think they're alone. But the thing is
you are. When you die, it's going to be you and God.
In that sense, yes. But that's when you die. I'm saying like that feeling you have right now, like where you think you're alone, there's nobody that can understand you. Like you're not alone. There's other people you can always.
And as I've been picking up my business and handling it, like I realize that I'm not alone.
Yeah.
But when I'm not handling business, it's like when you're not doing what you're supposed to, you build up like anxiety inside your mind and your body, and like we've seen people like that, and all they do is stress.
Yeah.
But they'd rather vent about it than do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like God was never going to give me a wife and kids because I ain't earned it. I've been earning it more recently, but why would He give it to me then if I would probably just fucked it up?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that is true because where do I go with this? How do you think you earn that exactly? Because anybody can become a dad.
Yeah.
Anybody can go get married.
For the past couple of years, I've wanted a marriage that Jesus described. When Jesus described marriage to His disciples, they were like, well, it'd be better off to not get married at all. Because it's such a beautiful way Jesus describes marriage. Like, ain't a divorce. Like,
yeah.
It's beautiful. Well, God knows that's what I actually want. And Yeah, it's got to be earned. Like, I wasn't walking with him, so it makes me think he was gonna bless me
Okay.
at all.
And see, this is where I myself can't really comprehend the way that you see things, because I myself don't have that religious like foundation or standpoint that you have. Like for me, I would consider me like in that I don't know type stage,
Yeah,
because unfortunately for me, and I've thought about this a lot, I'm my brain is like wants to see everything in like a logical sense.
yeah,
So like I have to see it to believe it. And I've like scoured the internet for angels, demons, like miracles, like all this other stuff, just to be
yeah.
able to like get a sense of what these other people feel and see and everything, but I haven't found it. And
Yeah.
I've read the Bible. I couldn't tell you what it says. I can't like go and be like, look at Luke 30, whatever, like, but I've read it just to try to sow the roots of religion in my life, but there's something that like in my mind, I'm just like, what if this was made up because humans are scared of dying and what comes after death? Because what I want is I don't want something.
No one's gonna die for a lie, and Jesus' disciples died. Like saying like
Okay, that was
my
pretty
guy
good.
came back from and they suffered and died.
Yeah.
All they had to say was my God didn't resurrect from the dead. That's it. That's all they had to say.
All
But no
right.
one's gonna die for a lie.
So you don't think so? It doesn't bother you that the Bible was written by man?
No,
Because that's my main thing.
That's what makes it
And the main reason I say that.
So, but yet you read history books in high school and took the information out of that like it was true.
Yeah, you got
there is more evidence for Jesus walking the earth than there is evidence for anything else. The Civil War, how they found boots and stuff and bullets, like, and if we was to go out here and find someone, we'd go, "Oh, dude, the Civil War really did happen." Yeah. There is more evidence for Jesus living than there is anything else. And how could I put it? Because Amber's asked me this kind of stuff before, like, and I'm like, she's like, well, people could have like changed stuff in the Bible, and I'm like, you're thinking of a world where evil people rule and good people do nothing. Like, yeah, the Bible was written by man, but God kind of told them, like, He led them to for them to put it in their own words, and no matter how the words can be twisted, like, God's word cannot be messed with.
Okay.
And like when Jesus died on the cross, and the guy that poked him in the side,
the Roman soldier.
Yeah, he was blind, but when the blood and the water hit him in the face, he could see.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true. And when Jesus died,
why would they have a blind? Whoa, all right, wait a minute. I got a question.
Okay.
Why would they have?
You're gonna ask me a question that I don't have an answer for. That's something you gotta ask God.
Well, I mean,
or the Bible. I mean, you can probably find the answer in the Bible.
Why would there be a blind spear soldier?
Because they're watching him die, and then he passes, and then like to make sure he's dead.
Yeah, but that still doesn't make sense. Why would there be a blind spear guy to spear people when they're crucified to make sure they're dead when he can't see if they're dead?
It's almost like how can I put this? sending the bottom person at your job to go do something. Like
It'll take longer. Might not get done.
Like it's just a job that no one wants to do, kind of thing. Like shit. Please God, let me find the words to put this in words for you.
Well, if not, it's not that big of a deal, but it does.
It is though. Like yeah, I'm trying to pull souls to heaven with me, and I was telling Amber last night, like I used to get mad when she would kind of get defensive, and like that means I was preaching to her in a way that I wasn't really trying to pull a soul to heaven. If I let anything she says get to me, and I'm really trying to save her, it's not. No matter what she says, I'm not gonna let it get to me.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Why don't you be a preacher?
I would love to be a preacher.
Well, why don't you do it? Because I mean, obviously, you do. I would say out of all my friends, you are the one that is deeply religious. You fully believe. You actually you have something like there. I don't know like how to explain it or whatever, but like there's something there that like, you're 100% into it or whatever. So why don't you go down that road? If you want something enjoyable, what could be for you? What could be more enjoyable?
Nothing.
Walking down the road that you constantly preach about and everything.
Damn, bro.
So why don't you start looking into what it takes to be a preacher and everything? Are you scared of that hurdle, or?
When I was younger, like I didn't want to believe because I thought the believers were lame. So I'm kind of scared to commit and be this version of lame. Like I hate to say it that way. They're not the lame ones. I've been the lame one doing drugs and that shit. But I'm just letting you know how it came about in my life and how I thought of it. And
yeah, but I wouldn't let that affect. All right, so here's the thing.
You want to find out if God's real? Dedicate your life to Satan. And I'm telling you, bro, it's instantly gonna fucking crash, and you're gonna feel it. Because I did when I first started doing drugs. I was like, man, this is what it feels like to follow Satan. I'm down. Because I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to put in that work. But then, when the hell started settling in, I know Satan's real.
All right, so based on what I've read in the Bible, and I could be wrong. I'm not 100. Like I said, like my Bible skills and everything is not up to par. I have not refreshed anything or whatever, but I do remember reading something about how God gave this planet to the devil. He's he
is the chief commander technically.
Yeah,
but
so anything on this earth he can give you. So money.
Yeah, like how he tempted Jesus in the desert and stuff, and like
I remember that.
But he only moves
material things.
And he only moves when God lets him move. He's constantly tired, worried that God's gonna fucking swipe him. Like God's all. But it's also free will. If God was to put his hand in every wrong thing, like
he's not.
We would be like, dude, we like.
Well, that I will say.
We feel like our God controls us in.
I will say, in my mind, the whole free will thing of not intervening in human lives or anything, because we have free will and we're free to decide on our choices and deal with our consequences and everything like that, because that's all in free will. Like when people get mad and are like, why is God doing this to me?
Because when you pray for patience, he's not just going to give you patience, he's going to give you a situation that comes up that makes you grow in patience.
Yeah, and it's your choice if you let you grow, or you choose another option, which just makes things worse.
Yeah, and that's
and then
it's always that way with every.
Yeah.
We all know what's good and bad and right and wrong for us.
But then you also have the things of like random occurrences and stuff like that, like random bad luck. if you want to call it that.
Yeah, but that's could be a test of your faith, or like, you know, I don't want to make it sound like God has everything in your life so scripted that you don't make no like.
Well, in the Bible, he says like I said, don't
I won't.
hold me to it. But from what I remember in the Bible, like he knows all, so he knows the choices that you're gonna make in the future and everything.
Last night I read where I think Abraham was it Abraham? Abram? Shit. Took one of his sons to sacrifice. Like God asked him to sacrifice his child, and so him and his two kids.
Ezekiel?
It's in Genesis, and but he takes his child to sacrifice him, and as right before he's about to do it,
he steps in.
Yeah, God's like, you've proven. So like, he don't actually know like every decision. He knows.
Okay.
Like,
well, maybe
I don't want to speak on how God thinks or how he sees things because I have no idea. And if I think my little brain could put that shit together, then I'm dumber than what I think.
Okay.
You know?
I can't think of anything to disagree with that on. All right. Well, then why don't you take the steps to be a preacher? If this is something you're serious about and everything,
I might actually look into that now, bro.
You know, I could even reach, like, I know a couple preachers. I can ask them how they.
I would love that. Bro.
They got started. Because, like I said, I'm not against religion. I try to keep an open mind about everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm not, anti-religion or anti-whatever. People need things to believe in to keep them going and to have a foundation. And I actually believe that to have like a Christian foundation is actually good for the people in the long run.
It is.
Because the majority of, all Christian beliefs and whatnot, they're pretty good. They're,
yeah.
Be good to your neighbor.
Like every moral.
Yeah.
Like if you apply it to your life will definitely be better.
Yeah. So overall, if I could.
I don't just want to be any religion. It has to be the one, like most evidence points to Christianity. A lot of other religions mention Jesus. A lot of other religions, their idols lived and died. Mine came back from the dead.
Yeah.
Like just stuff like that. I'm like, dude, to me, this would be the truthful one, Christianity. That's where the evidence points.
All right. Well,
that I've looked into.
I'm gonna try to get a hold of some preachers and ask what they did to start their thing. I do think you will have to go to some type of Christian school thing.
I'll go because I told myself if I didn't have a job that I at least within the next year, I was going to go to the Army because you can't go in when you're 32. And I need structure in my life. And I figured that if within the next year I can't build it up myself, then I'll just go.
Okay.
So that would be good because if I have to go anywhere, it's going to help me build structure anyways.
Yeah. The Army thing, I kind of have a little bit of a mixed view on the Army thing, just because I know so many people that went and, that's gotten out. And I actually know a couple of people that off themselves because they couldn't just deal with life after the Army. And I can't even pretend to
relate or
there's nothing I can reference or get into that mindset. So I'm a little hesitant on the whole Army thing just because of I'm sure there's good things and benefits if you can climb the ladder eventually be a general. Or
I wouldn't want to do that just running and waking up just get set time every day
so you just want the
structure.
Well, you can do that on your own.
I'm a little weaker right now than what you think. Like,
All right.
you know, like,
Okay.
yeah. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like fucking mad. And I think that's just all like everything adjusting.
Well, you know what we could do?
Hmm.
And, you know, this is just based on if you want to do it or not. So, I myself have been complaining that I'm not as physically fit as I used to be. And, you know, I have kids and all that crap.
Good, maybe now me and Jordan can take it at the same time.
Well, I don't know about that. I still retain, like, you know, a good percentage of what I had. But I used to be, like, really fit. I used to go to the gym.
So strong.
I used to go to the gym, like, every day. And ever since I had my family, you know, my first kid and everything, I stopped. I just stopped altogether.
Yeah.
You know, I don't go to the gym at all. Like, the only time I run is when I'm playing pickleball, and there's not a lot of running that really involves in pickleball if you actually play it good and everything. So what I told Carmen is when the baby starts school that I'm gonna start, you know, going to the gym, working out again, and trying to get fit because I don't have a six pack anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just all
dad bod.
I'm just fat now. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm fat, but like I'm probably like 190 right now.
Yeah.
Which, and I'm not tall. Like I'm 5'6", maybe. So for
that
me,
is pretty crazy for you to be that. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
but you don't show like.
Well, no, I don't.
I think anybody else
I'm
your
a
size
little
that weight, dude, is gonna be like plump.
Yeah.
We're gonna come.
I guess my body hides it some way good enough or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you want, you know, I'm off usually Tuesday through Friday. If you want, and it would have to be in the evenings because I'd have the baby.
Yeah.
Up until about 3-4 o'clock, but in the evenings, like we could just run around.
I'm down, bro.
Maybe
I'll be going to the Greenway, like walking and whatnot.
Maybe I can make something, and you know we can lift weights or something.
I've never lifted. I've done push-ups and like pull-ups, but
we could just go as we go, and then you know build up from there.
Yeah, bro. We definitely gotta do that.
But I mean that's also a possibility. All right, so give me a second. Some type of person trying to sell views.
Can we pause all this for a minute?
Can we pause it?
Yeah. You gotta take a break.
You gotta pee?
Like take a break.
Well, how about this? We'll go another 2-3 minutes and then we'll end it.
All right.
So let me write down in my book.
I'm fucking freezing.
Preacher. Are you really that cold?
Yes, bro.
I ain't even got a coat on and I'm not cold.
I feel like my legs are like noodles. Can't even feel my toes.
All right.
Hey, bro. We good.
You want me to end it?
No, I just want to grab this real quick.
But you know, to back to the basics and keep it simple. Yeah, this is you know, a little bit of a catch up. Get to see how Blake's been doing and you know, situations and problems in life. And you know, like I said, I'm pretty proud of you. You know, you're 22 days sober off of the boxing. And God, this thing makes a little humming noise as soon as you. All right, but anyway, and you're sober off of meth. I forgot about that. How do you feel about that exactly?
Like, what do you mean? What aspect of feel?
All right, so obviously, you know, you probably do have friends that do it.
Yeah.
Do they try to get you to turn back?
I don't really have many friends, but we'll just say like family members. No, they don't.
No?
No.
All right, well, that's a good thing then, because most people, when they're trying to get off of stuff, they always have old friends and family and whatnot that kind of bring them back. And it may not be like intentional. It could just be like you're at somebody's house and then they're just like, oh,
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like no, that just means I was weak and I didn't really want to quit then.
Okay. And now you're putting your foot down and
yeah, bro. I'm tired. I was tired of this whole. I cannot do it no more.
Well, that's a good thing to be aware of, and I can only hope that you keep that and you keep building upon that, and eventually you're able to not have anything like of those type of thoughts and everything.
I will, bro. I just give it to the Lord, and He'll.
And see, we got to get you. We got to get you in some preacher classes or something.
See, like giving it to Him, like I don't know how many times I'd be like, God, I give you my addiction, like expecting Him to take it away, like. No, I'm giving Him a sin
that intervenes in free will.
Yeah,
if He tries to take it away.
Yeah, I realize that. But when I'm in need and withdrawing and feel like shit, like I don't think of it that way. But
well, see, that's I don't. All right, I'll say it. Most people that are religious usually only call upon their God or gods, whatever religion you're in, when something bad's happening.
I did that at first, but now I'll be catching myself praying for like. I don't want to say anything like that. I'd just be praying for people you wouldn't think I would pray for, like, or even think about, or like. Yeah, not giving myself credit. Only that's God's credit.
Okay. All right. Well, so now your plan is to just trying to get a foundation down and build upon it.
Yeah.
So.
I built something on unstable ground before. Okay. And look how it crumbled on me.
Well, what I'm gonna do, just as your friend, I'm gonna look into see how you become a preacher, and see if I can't figure a way for you to go down that route. Because I actually think that's. I don't want to say it's your calling, but like I said, out of everybody, you're the one that's constantly stuck to it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, bro. I know.
And I feel like you're looking for a path, a job, something that gives you gratitude, and you're constantly in that spirit or mind sense or whatever. So I think that would be overall the best.
That would be like the best job for me. Like any other job, like I can't just be walking around here like no one's ever actually for sure saved, but you'd be like, oh, I'm a man of God. Like I want to see these people that I see out here on the street, and I want to see them in heaven. Because if they ain't there, they're in hell. And that's straight. Like that's one thing that bothers me when family member passes away and like didn't go to no church. We never talk about God, Jesus, like nothing. And then preacher get up there and preach about my dead family member going to heaven and stuff. I'm like, that's a lie.
All right.
That's lies. I don't care if it's hurtful. It has to be the truth.
I always thought of that, all of that, because like I've been to funerals and stuff. And,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say what funeral, but someone passed away, and I didn't live this person's life. I don't know what they went through in life, but the outcome of this person's decisions wasn't good for anybody this person was around.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I really didn't know this person. And
rest his soul in Jesus forgive him.
Well,
you could have called on Jesus at the last second. I'm not saying
I mean it's possible, yeah. But you can, in the Christian religion, you can be redeemed at any time if you really believe in
Genuine.
Jesus and everything.
He knows if you feel it in your heart.
But what I'm getting at is the preacher, did the same thing. He clearly does at every funeral, is saying like, he's in heaven, this and that.
I think we should start saying hope he's in heaven or hope she's in heaven. Like, pray for him even after they're dead. Like,
yeah.
But we do have the authority and power as people on this earth to forgive. So,
yeah, that's true.
I can't wait to ask God these questions.
Well, the thing is you're not gonna get any answers until you die.
Yeah.
At least that's the way that I see it. Because, all right, if we keep on,
there's no such thing as like, how people think they see their dead relatives and shit. That's demons.
Yeah.
If you see an angel, they're gonna be like, do not be afraid, because they look scary.
Now that is something that I looked into, because like angels are like, they got like 1,000 eyes, 1,000 wings. They're called cherubs or something like that.
So when the preacher gets up there and says,
and there's different classes of angels. There's not just
like the seraphim and the man. It runs deep. I love it. Yeah. And someone passes away and preacher be, he's in a better place and stuff. Like, the demons hear this stuff. So when someone might get their hopes up and then think they see that person that passed away, like while they're laying in the bed, like, it's a demon pretending to be that person, dude.
Okay.
You're not gonna, like, people that went to heaven didn't come back down to earth to see
be in a ghost form,
or to see their relatives.
Now, see, that's another thing. I've never seen a ghost, and I
had one time when I was real young. The door, like the bedroom door open, and I had peed the bed, and I thought my mom walked in and stood at the foot of my bed in front of my dresser, and I'm like, Mom, I peed the bed, and when I go to touch her, I just right there. That was weird. Oh, dude, a couple weeks ago, this is the weirdest thing. I was sleeping, and I woke up, and I was like, trying so hard to keep my eyes open. I'm like fighting. I was like, dude, why can't I barely turn my head? And I see something like black on the floor laying right here. And like, as I'm struggling, like, I hear, "Are you happy?"
Really?
Right.
All right, now wait a minute.
The freakiest.
A couple weeks ago, were you clean off of Suboxone?
When that happened, I was
on it. Do you think that?
Oh, I had sobered up for a little bit, but I had fell back into it.
So you were on it. So do you think that might have been something? No.
Really. I'm telling you, I could not. I was fighting.
So you
hard to keep,
in a
like this to keep my eyes open.
Okay.
It was the weirdest thing, bro. And when I told Amber that morning, she don't believe that stuff.
Yeah.
She instantly got cold chills. She's like, "Damn, it's the weirdest thing I've ever heard." I told Bryce, he was freaked out by it. Like, what, bro? Not just what, bro? For real, freaked the fuck out. Are you happy? I'll never forget it.
See, I don't have any. Probably a good thing. I don't have any interactions or anything like that.
I know. I can't believe I did either, right? But that means you're where you should be.
You think so?
Yeah, man.
Well, how come I don't have anything like that? Because I'm not. Well, actually,
because I dwelt with the demons. You didn't. People welcome them a little bit, but I fully unwelcomed them and sit down, buddy.
Now that I actually think about it, the reason why I might not have any interactions like that is because I'm on this undecided plane, and
that's just enough for the devil to not. Because if he shows any more to you, it's gonna scare you to God.
Yeah. And you're you've always been there, so he might be trying to pull more stuff on you to try to get you to.
If you could see my life through my eyes for a second, bro, you would see how the devil works, and he's so smart. Dude, it's scary. But I know the difference now. The devil can never give a blessing to his people. it's always a fleeting curse. It's fleeting power and fleeting like. I hate thinking about the devil because I hurt for him. What made him do something like okay?
Well, he wanted to be God. He wanted to have.
It's more to that story than what like. It's got to be more.
Well, obviously, I think there's more because
like the free will thing. I almost feel like angels up in heaven seeing people on earth struggling, and they wanted to mate with the women, and also felt like they were saving us. That's what I kind of picture.
Oh, you're talking about the 200 fallen?
I try to imagine what made them like. Like they had never been on Earth, but they were out of time. They were in heaven. Like, because then when they came onto the Earth, they were idled, like the pyramids. Like, I think everything we've ever heard is true. Like mermaids, like.
I don't know about
all
that
shit.
Because
fire breathing dragons.
Well, here's the thing. All right, if you go back and like I said, I'm not religious. I'm not up to date, or I'm not refreshed in everything. But the earth is the devil's. So, if you was the devil, wouldn't you want almost everything to be false or fake?
No.
Why not?
Because then it's a clear difference between truth and lie. He's blurring the lines. You know what I'm saying? Like how you just realized that he might not be messing with you because
I'm in the middle.
Yeah. As long as you don't turn to Jesus. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's enough.
Let me read the comments real quick. That's great. You're willing to be a support partner. No, you got to replace one habit with another. That sounds beautiful.
Amen.
Glad to see you, Blake. Everything's going to get better. That's why they say change people, places, and things when you're getting sober. As your number one fan, I'm going to hold you to it. Every time I see you live, I'm going to be like, how's Blake?
Oh, shit. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. Thank you. God bless you, man.
Oh, that's a lady.
Jolene. Oh, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I thought I said Justin.
But, yeah, so got a little update. You're sober, doing good. We're going to try to figure out how we can get you into the path of a preacher. So I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Bro, like, you hit me somewhere when you was like, said the preacher thing, and then you said, like, the calling thing. Like,
yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the good thing for you. You don't have a family yet. You don't have, that. I wouldn't say it holds you down. But like I said, I can't just like up and do like whatever I want.
Yeah.
To be able to satisfy.
Yeah, instead of like me pouting in the mornings, like, oh man, I ain't got really nothing to live for. Like, I ain't got like the family I have built, I'm losing.
Yeah.
Like I've actually chose to kind of leave that situation. You know.
Yeah, I get
it. Yeah,
you
man,
have.
I could go anywhere and do anything. That's why I got that job in Woodbridge there for a little bit. I was driving all that way, like, because I was tired of working in factories around here. Like, dude, it's got to be other stuff out there.
So in a way, you have a freedom, in a sense that is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, bro.
If you use it the right way.
Amen. So, amen.
Yeah, like I said,
blessing in disguise this whole time.
We're going to, actually,
if I turn it into that.
Yeah. So we're going to try to see if we can't figure a way how to get you down that path. And
that'd be so cool. Can't even imagine.
Well, I got a few preachers I'll call and ask, but I'm pretty certain you'll have to take some type of Christian school.
I'm fine with that. I'm sure I better have to. Like,
yeah. Well, if I remember, because believe it or not, my granddad, my mom's dad, was a preacher.
Really?
Yes, and one of the main reasons why I know so much about religion is because anytime we have like a cookout or whatever, he's not a preacher anymore. He stopped preaching. You can kind of say he let the demons get the better of him because he just, drinks now. But anything in the Bible, he knows. And he knows it by heart. Like he can do like the whole Luke, go to passage this and like remember the verses and everything.
Yeah.
And so anytime we're at a cookout or, at a family event or whatever,
yeah,
and I'm not playing cornhole or something like that, I'll go and I'll just like, what was the last thing I said to him? Because this was like a year ago when I was questioning him about stuff.
Yeah.
God, what was it about? I can't remember what it was about, but I was like questioning him about stuff, and he would hit me with like, answers and this and that, and just tried to
like he's trying to bring you to heaven, and you don't get worked up or mad. Like he's just telling you the facts.
Yeah,
you take it the way you take it. Like it's all about preaching to someone and making them say it in their own mind. Like, oh man, I've just been avoiding this, or I've been like, I got my ex to say like she don't want to believe because she won't feel like she's as far as what she is in life. Like if she was to start looking into Christianity and realize it's real, that
it'd be like a reset.
Well, the life I've lived and the life she's lived, to the normal eye, she's the
good one.
The good one.
Yeah.
But if she was to look into Christianity and realize like
everybody's got, demons or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Like the preacher has a drinking problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And
what that reminds me of? Story in the Bible when Noah, after he created the ark, and then they got off the ark, and his son seeming drunk, naked in the tent. Well, two of his sons like covering him up, and then I think it don't really say. I don't know if his son raped him when he was drunk, or if he shamed him.
I think it was shamed.
Well, all it says is Noah wakes up and he knew what his son had done to him.
Oh God.
So, well, anyways, like,
I'll have to go.
So Noah was the last holy man on earth, and God chose him to, save humanity and the animals. But then after he didn't know what to do with himself, after it all, then he was drunk.
He didn't have a purpose.
He felt like
he didn't have a purpose.
Yeah, and his son was so quick to like throw dirt on his name. That's the way I picture it,
because he was a drunk.
Well, I don't know if he was before, but
I don't know. I'd have to look into
I just read it last night. Like yeah. So I don't know. I love that story because it makes me realize that like I don't know. It just makes me feel human, and like God knows that I'm like.
Well, I mean, we are all human.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no perfect person. Everybody has their faults. I'm trying to think of one of mine, but I really can't really. I would say mine would be, I don't know if it's a fault, but like procrastination. Like I always hold off to the last second on.
It's temptation.
Is it temptation?
For me, it would be because, I'll put it off for so long that I'll either grow so much anxiety because I ain't done it, or I'll just be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And then what's that turn into? Laziness.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah.
It's almost like
when. All right. Well, then I guess I'm guilty of laziness.
But no, because you still like work and kids and.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's different. Like, all right, for an example, I've been in the meaning of sanding my walls in my house for damn near a year now, and I always seem to think of an excuse or just put it off And this week I actually, forced myself to get one of them done because I will say it takes forever to sand because I got old plastic walls.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of when we painted them, I didn't sand it. I just
Oh,
primed them.
Yeah.
And now if you go to the wall and all you got to do is take your nail,
and it like scratches off.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like barely even on there. So I looked into a painter, and it costs way too much for somebody to come and do it. So I'm just gonna have to get my hands dirty and do it myself. And my woman bought me the sander I needed for Christmas. So I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember which day. I forced myself because I didn't have any kids at the time. One was at grandma's house, and the other one was with her mom. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching the PS5. I'm not going to get on TV to watch anything. I was like, I'm going to force myself to scrape these walls, to sand them, and to try to hurry up and get this done so we can finally paint and put our pictures and stuff back up. So it took me 4.5, 5 hours to sand one wall.
I see why you put it off.
Well, I got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got to do 12 walls altogether.
And it takes like 4 hours to sand.
Well, it's not going to take 4 hours for 8 of them because I only painted 4.5 walls. So the other ones, all I got to do is just do a quick sand, and then I can prime it and paint it. So the other ones aren't going to take as long.
Okay.
But I mean, that's just like, one of my faults, I guess you could say. And I'm going to, like this week, if I don't have to work any overtime, I'm going to see if I can't knock down another wall and try to sand it.
I think you do it right, bro. Like, as you ever put something off for so long, like it started like eating at you, or like it started irritating your loved ones because you ain't done it. That's when.
Well, the main reason why I kind of forced myself to sloth is what she said. So yeah, I guess I'm sloth. The main reason why I forced myself is Carmen. She's just like, I want to put stuff up. I want to put stuff up. And I'm like, you don't understand the process, and I just don't feel like dealing with that process. And then, like I said, finally I was like, you know what? I gotta start. I gotta do it. So
well, like, see, if she understood, that means she would know how to do it.
Yeah.
And you don't like. You think you want that until she would have it done when you came home, and then
I'd feel like shit.
It's forever gonna eat at you,
And I'm like, oh man, yeah, I get that. All right, but we've got to end this thing.
Oh yeah.
So, I appreciate people that's watched us and everything. How did that paint thinner make the paint not come off? I have no idea. All right, so I put paint thinner on one of the walls.
Yeah.
To make it easier to get. Thank you for saying that. I put paint thinner on one of the walls to make it easier to get off.
Yeah.
Because there's some parts of the wall that sticks, and there's like huge sloughs of that just don't. So in order for me to fix it, I have to sand it all off. So I got varnish paint stripper. I put it on the wall, and now it won't it put like a barrier over the paint. And it won't
come off.
Yeah, it won't come off. So it did the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do.
Your wife gave you a big hint, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. But I don't know. I honestly might buy another thing of that paint stripper or whatever, and after I paint, I might put a layer on it just to see if it.
We might have to. Might walk in here and check it out.
I'll say you. But yeah. So great catching up with you.
We support therapy.
What is it?
We still Poor Therapy?
Yeah, we're still Poor Therapy. I haven't changed anything other than, adding some Reddit posts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did forget about the number. Damn it. So I did add this banner, which it's too late to implement now since we're getting ready to sign off. But yeah, everything's basically the same. We go live 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Thursdays. This was just like a catch up because I wanted to,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just want to thank everybody for, watching,
joining and
supporting. Yeah, I'm just, just trying to live a positive life and trying to stay positive.
Spread knowledge and truth. That's kind of like what I like to do.
Yeah, somewhat.
And give insight on different.
Well, my main thing is I wanted to be able to eventually, be able to have people call on and, we just talk about whatever, whatever's bothering them, and give Poor Therapy or our opinion on how we think, and there are, obviously there's going to be some cases where we can't relate at all, but we still get the perception of what those people are going through. And,
well, they call in and paint the picture and give us insight.
And basically, like in a way, I just like just trying to communicate to people. The easiest thing to do for people, it seems to be hard because, when we first started this, we had a lot of pull at first. I was getting tons of call-ins and everything. And then I guess when we took that break,
it kind of killed it.
Yeah, it killed the momentum. And I've been trying to, put out like a TikTok a day and YouTube and everything just to try to like bring it back up.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I will say is, I'm overall just like, grateful for what I have and the friendships I have in life and overall. So just thank the people for watching us. If you want to talk to us or you have an opinion or, something you're going through, you can call us, reach out to any of our multiple social medias. We have everything. And we'll get a hold of you, and
even just to talk and be stupid.
Just to goof off, like
if they watch this at all, they like
we'll
call and talk about anything.
Yeah, we bob back and forth through everything. I mean, we talk about politics, religion, personal problems, our life, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just if you want to talk to us, reach out, and if not, have a good life and,
God bless.
Yeah. So thank you for watching and have a good day.